Hey everybody, had a question the other day about a oil leak in the head of a Kawasaki 1500, and they're pretty much all the same. Classic, Mean Streak, whatever the other one is. Mean Streak, Classic, and a Nomad. But anyways, let me show you where it could possibly leak if it's leaking from the upper end of the engine, where oil could leak from. Excuse me here. Okay, here's I have a head here. I guess the place it could leak here is the spark plug adapter. You see here, and it's, you probably, if you've seen in my other video, it'll talk about chain slap, and you can see a little wear on this one. Let's see if we get the light right. But anyway, there's a little bit of wear right there, but you get chain slap. And we talked about you can get some extenders for your cam chain tensioners. But anyways, there's two O-rings on there. You could get a leak there. You have a rocker box. The rocker box contains all your rocker arms. It could leak here in the front. That's the end where you're end. This is where they machine this out at the factory, and then they need to plug the hole. And they plug the hole with this cap, and it's got a little raised ridge on there, and you can see the little groove in there. You need to clean it real thoroughly, and apply a thin coat of RTV to it. Place it in the hole, like so. Then a thin layer of RTV around all this, because there is oil pressure coming up through here. Again, a thin on the other part of that half, and you bolt it together. Crank it down to the torque splash. You can see that on your bike now. Well, it might be under that chrome cover, but it's there. Could leak from there. There's no gasket in here, it's just RTV. And that's being because they bolted together and machined it that way. It could leak oil from the top of the engine. The chrome cover up here. That cover has a graphonic gasket. It's like a thick graphite gasket. You have oil pressure coming up through. I don't really have a pointer, but right here, either side of this bolt hole, there's oil pressure that comes up there, pushes down through these holes here that have a little metal. Don't tip this over, that little metal piece will fall out of there. It's kind of a brass looking filter and a spring, so be careful. There's a little spring and a little brass piece in there. You don't lose them. That filters the oil before it goes to the rocker arms and to your hydraulic lifters, but it could leak from this gasket cover here. Anyways, and I guess the final place that could leak oil, where would it be, is where the shafts go into the rocker box. Here's the shaft here. They slide in, and it supports all your rocker arms. And to do this job, you can leave all your rocker arms. This one doesn't have them in there right now. Here's one of your rocker arms here, but you can leave them all in there. Just make sure they're laid out right when you set it down, but you don't have to take those out. There's an O-ring here. The O-ring is on the back. Well, this one's missing it, but there's a groove right down there. You see that groove in the bottom of that head, that countersunk area, that could be leaking oil also. Let me grab the other one and see if it's got it. Okay, you can see the difference here. One's got that black O-ring in it, one's just got the groove, but that could leak from there too. Unlikely though. Anyways, I hope this gives you a quick explanation where it could leak oil. The pain in the neck part is you got to pull the motor out to fix it. I would just go ahead and pull the motor. If you're sure it's leaking from the top, pull the motor out. You know, I wouldn't go too far away from the bike with it. I usually use a motorcycle jack to roll the motor out on it. Just right there by the bike. You can pop that chrome cover off. Maybe have a friend hold on to it while you're torquing it down. Be careful on your torque specs on that. When you torque that head back down, do the crisscross pattern. But you buy a new gasket. The gasket that goes under the chrome part. Some good RTV to go underneath the rocker box. Yamaha makes a pretty good RTV. You can buy, see what I got some here. Permatex makes some stuff. It's Permatex Moto Seal Ultimate Gasket Maker Grays for motorcycles and watercrafts. I'm not sure it's any different than any regular RTV, but it makes some. I used to have, semi-drying liquid gasket. We got this stuff here, Yamaha 4 Motorsports, semi-drying liquid gasket maker. I think you'd probably find with Permatex black RTV, regular old automotive RTV. I'm sure that would work just fine too, but that's up to your choice. It's all a type of silicone. But anyways, I would do that. I'd pull the motor with a motorcycle jack like this one here. Roll it up under the bike here. Get the bike up straight. You know, remove your exhaust, your section of frame. You know, watch my other videos. You have to remove the drive shaft, the tank, you know, the wiring. And I would just roll that motor out just far enough where I can work on it. I'd stick it right back in. And if you're going to do one, and to be honest with you, if you're going to do one, why not do both of them? You know, you got it out. Anyways, good luck with that project. And any more questions, send them to me.